Shaheen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. Congratulations to each of you on your nominations. Ms. Adams-Smith, I want to begin with you because I had the opportunity to travel to Moldova for the first time back in February, and I was very impressed with the commitment of the Moldovans we talked to about joining the EU and looking west, and concern about what's happening in the war in Ukraine and what Russia is doing. Was also met with President Sandu in Chisinau, and she shared her focus on judicial reforms and how important she thinks that is ahead of the upcoming presidential elections. So, and I think rightfully so, that without a reformed judiciary, it will be very hard for Moldova to continue the reforms that they need to make. So can you talk about what more we can do, what more you would do, if confirmed, to help support Moldova as they're looking at these, particularly the judicial reforms?
Senator, thank you very much for the question. Our assistance has focused on helping the Moldovan government improve its rule of law and fight anti-corruption, especially in terms of increasing the independence of the judicial sector. We have assisted the Moldovan government in creating a system for pre-vetting of prosecutors and judges, and created a model court system. And if I'm confirmed, we will continue these efforts, but also focus on working with creating space for free and independent media and working with civil society, because those are absolutely essential in holding the government to account on its anti-corruption path.
The other thing we heard concerns about is the amount of Russian disinformation that is being spread throughout Moldova. Just this week, there was a Politico article that pointed out that Russia is responsible for circulating deep fake videos of President Sandu to try and undermine her re-election campaign. So is there more that we should be doing to help the Moldovans protect themselves from this kind of disinformation?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. Russian malign influence takes many forms in Moldova. There is this disinformation and propaganda. There's also energy coercion, hybrid and cyber attacks. There's also conventional threats. Our assistance is focused on helping the government increase its resilience towards this disinformation. I think they're learning a lot. They learned a lot from last year's regional or local elections. And is there more that we can do? Absolutely. I believe that we should use all the tools in our toolkit. If there is evidence of election tampering or use of propaganda or deep fakes that interfere with the running of free and fair elections, we should consider using sanctions and visa bans, and to send a powerful signal that this cannot happen in Moldova.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And hopefully the Global Engagement Center can help us as we're thinking about how we can help other countries. Ms. Horst, the People's Republic of China has considerable economic leverage over Sri Lanka because of its infrastructure investments and loans. Now, I was pleased to see a recent U.S. investment in Sri Lanka's port capabilities, but it's really a drop in the bucket compared to existing Chinese capital in the country. So can you talk about what the implications are of China's ability to leverage infrastructure investments and other energy, other issues in the country, and what more we should be thinking about as we're trying to provide a counterbalance to what China's doing?
Senator, thank you very much for that question. And it gets to the heart of the Indo-Pacific strategy. And Sri Lanka is an incredibly important member, or an incredibly important part of that, not only because of the geography, but also because it is a democracy with an open economy. And so the investment by DFC that you named is a great example of how we're using tools that the United States government has to invest and show a different model of investment that is different than what the PRC might offer. This is a $500 million investment in what we see as Sri Lanka's future. It is transparent, it will promote good governance, and this is exactly the kind of alternative that we feel will just demonstrate to Sri Lankans that they have a choice, and we think that our model is better.
Thank you. I'm out of time, but I just returned from a trip to the Indo-Pacific about a month ago. And one of the things we heard in the countries that we visited where China has tried to make those kinds of investments is that they would rather do business with the United States because for all the reasons you just gave. But unfortunately, we have not always come to the table in ways that can provide the support that those countries need. So thank you. I appreciate your comments, and I don't know if you want to respond to that before I'm out of time.
Senator, if I'm confirmed, I will find ways to bring all of the resources that the United States and our friends and allies have to help continue along these efforts.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Senator Van Hollen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and let me start by congratulating all of you on your nominations. And